What's going on, guys? So today hopefully we're gonna try to dig in and just solve this stupid rubbing issue, because you know we have a 2.5 level, but GM has the square fenders or fender lines or whatever, and yeah, we got 305. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you right now that if they rub and how we're gonna solve it, or at least attack it. And I apologize again that the truck is just absolutely filthy. It has been sunny all week long. And I was like, I'm gonna wash the truck today after work. It starts raining at freaking 3 o'clock, right as I get off work. And I was like, well, that's awesome. And I'm not gonna wash it and then drive it back to the house and then get water all over it. So we'll save that for probably tomorrow. But yeah, so let me go ahead and do full lock, and I'll show you where it rubs and where it doesn't. All right, so we're at full lock. And as you can tell back here, yep, they do rub. And as you can see where I've been backing in, it has been eating up my freaking plastic trim pieces right here. But good part is we're clear all day long in the front. We got clear blue skies. It'll never rub. It doesn't even come close to this either. So that's all good. And you can see it's also been eating it up right there. And sometimes it'll hit the liner in here. And I know it may be a little hard to see, but that little spot right there is where it'll sometimes hit the liner inside. So today I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure out how to get that right there. I already have a plan. So hopefully we'll push back the liner some and then cut off a little bit of the trim or this fender piece right here, and we'll see what we can do. So yeah, let's go ahead and fix it. All right, y'all, so we pulled the truck from the garage, and I already got the wheel cranked so I can kind of get up in here and maneuver. Basically what I'm gonna use to cut it is I went and picked up one of these Dremels from old Lowe's. So I just picked up like a standard one. I think this one was like $80, $90, something like that. And then they came, well, it didn't come with it, but I bought another kit that's another 40 bucks. So it's gonna be good. I got one that is with a cable, just because like if I'm doing any long-term jobs, I don't wanna have to worry about charging a battery, buying more batteries. So might as well just get one with a plug and just be consistent. So we'll go ahead and use I guess some of the things that it came with, and then any accessories we'll need, but all we really need is just the cutting wheel, just the cutting pieces right here to kind of saw off that plastic trim piece. So that's about it, unless we do anything else, but we'll get to that later. All right, so I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna show you what I'm about to do, and this is kind of my angle of attack. All right, so pretty much what I was gonna do is, I was thinking about, you know, kind of cutting around the bolt a little bit because this is where it's rubbing. But I was looking around down here and I kind of figured something out. So you see this metal piece, right, is what that, oh God, I'm leaking on me. Holy crap, that's cold. This metal piece right here that goes back is what this bolt goes into. And also, do you see how this carpet has like, you know, 1/4 of an inch in there? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big gap. So what I'm thinking is I might take, you know, these bolts off right here, maybe a couple of these carpet liner bolts right here, and these are like Torx. I'll figure out what size they are, and I'm gonna take them off, see if I can actually just beat this metal back, maybe, you know, because then it's gonna force everything else back. So I'm gonna see if I can beat the metal back, and if I can, then I can avoid, you know, having to cut this up some. So I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna see what happens, and I'll get back with you. Still gonna see if I have to zip tie this, because it does, you know, it does rub right here, as you can see where the tire comes in, and you heard earlier. But that's where that tire has been grabbing on this, and you can see it's been wearing it down. So you can see it's like real smooth, and it kind of angles up a little bit. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll get back with you. All right, y'all, this is what I was talking about. So I went ahead and took out this little thing just to, you know, just experimenting. But basically, whenever this guy sits down, do you see how I have removed that big old gap, like that much worth, which could be, you know, the difference between touching and not touching. You know what I'm saying? Cut isn't, you know, perfect, but I mean, you know, no harm, no foul. We're just trying stuff out. So, I mean, everything's gonna, like, these things are gonna hold it down. So it's not gonna just be flapping because this isn't holding it down. You know what I mean? So whenever everything's all set, and I'll push this real hard, like I said, see? that gap is gone. And when there's a bolt down here too, so when that's holding it and this guy's holding it, you know what I'm saying? That deletes that. So now it's like, it's basically almost flush with this. So that hopefully will do something. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bolt this back up and see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll cut this and just remove all that. So let's go ahead and try this and I'll get back to you. All right, y'all, so a little update. I bolted just these two back, which basically, you know, is all we need to worry about right now. And you can still see that gap. So that didn't fix it, so you don't need to go cutting this up just yet if you're trying it. I'm gonna go ahead and go through with it. I'm gonna start down here and kind of work my way up and curve over this bolt. And then I'm gonna try the turning. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right here and trim that piece up and see what happens. And hopefully that will get rid of some of the rubbing. So catch back up with you in a second. Y'all, check this out. Sorry if it's really loud down here because she's running. But look at this. Hold on. Y'all see this? Look. We ain't touching, baby. We ain't touching, baby. And obviously that will be sanded, so it won't touch. Look at that. Look, we clear. And then what I'm gonna do with this is once this gets pulled back, we're full clear. And then when I full lock this, it does still touch this, but like I said, as soon as I pull it back, we're all good. That's gonna be sanded down and filed so it doesn't, you know, grab it anymore. And then I realized too that this right here, I just pushed this back and screwed it in. So you see where it normally sits, but I forced it to hold it back here basically. So yeah, that also helps. So that's cool, I can do that trick. So I'm gonna go ahead and file this thing down. Check this out, fellas. Look at this. No touchy. No touchy. And, you know, you're probably like, oh, well, it's touching the liner. When I pull this back, look at all that space. Yeah, look. I'm gonna go ahead and back out of here and just see what happens. So yeah, so look at that, we got full clearance. So I'm gonna keep it real honest with you guys. This probably isn't gonna hold permanently because I know that this is just gonna rub right here and eventually just break off anyway. But what I did was I zip tied it through there, through right here. I zip tied it right there. It's probably like 1/2 inch worth going through the wheel well liner. And then it goes behind, and as you can see, it goes up top back there. I looped it through this hole right here. I think there's 3 of them, and tighten it. And then you can see, like, the more you tighten it, the more it pulls this back. And like you can see right here, we got full clearance. This is full lock, and it's not touching. Hey, what's going on, guys? So now we're back after fixing the rubbing issue, but at the same time, it kind of isn't 100% fixed. And it's really weird. If you can help me understand this, please tell me. I don't understand how, like, the driver's side still rubs a little bit, but the passenger side never rubs. It doesn't matter if it's full lock, like I'm backing in, it doesn't rub, but it's always the driver's side that does. So I'll show you here. So we have the wheel full lock right now, and you're actually a little bit past right now. I actually got some new upper control arms from Rough Country. So this way it fixed some angle issue right there. Right now we're full lock. You can see there's a gap and it looks like it doesn't rub, but as you can tell, I repainted these too. So yeah, it still rubs, and especially like when I'm backing up. I'll throw a clip in and show you here. That it rubs, but it's always clear over here. Never been a problem, even with new upper control arms. It only rubbed right there whenever I just put the upper control arms and my freaking wheels were like this. So that's the only time it ever rubbed. But other than that, the left side does not rub at all whatsoever. You can see the comparison of paint still left on there, and that's a one-time thing, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it doesn't touch it. So I don't know what's going on, and I'll even show you here. So right now, we're at full lock. We're gonna go ahead and back up, okay? Full lock. It doesn't rub, right? But if like I start to let go, you can hear it rub and catch, right? But when I go to the other side, full lock this way, it's full lock right there. Nothing. No scrapes, no rub. But here we go again, ready? Come back this way. Here, grabbing. Why this way, but not the other way? Here we go again, ready? Here we go. You don't hear it. I'm full lock right now. Full lock. It's full lock again. Feel it, full lock. No rub, not at all. But it's only that weird little middle spot. But come here, you'll notice it doesn't do it when you go forward. So if you go forward in full lock, you're fine, no rub. Same thing on the other side, right? Full lock. Not at any type of rubbing at all. Here we go again, ready? Full rub, full lock. No rub at all, look, here we go. Look, no rub, you can hear it. So to answer any question, does 305 7017s rub on a 2.5-inch level? Yes, they do. Even with upper control arms that are supposed to help stick out a little bit, they do. Yeah, so they do rub, unfortunately. But I mean, it's kind of, I mean, it's up to you if it really bothers you that much. I don't, you know, if I ever hear it rub, I'll go a little bit further or before to not hear it rub. Just, you know, so I'm not catching on too much or whatever. So it doesn't really affect me all that much. It's just kind of, I think, of a personal preference. But you can see what we did, pull back. So it stopped rubbing on the carpet, but it just does catch here. So with the other side, I think it saved it, but over here, for some reason it catches. So if you know why, please let me know why that happens, where it's only the left side, not the right. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something, so this way you can save yourself a fender flare or whatever the case may be if you don't want to hear some rubbing. But I tried, gave it a shot. Didn't 100% work. It's all right, no big deal. We tried it, is what it is. As always, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. It is your choice, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, guys.